Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Lego set. This one is massive. Compared to my hand, it's big. Like two hands, I'd say. And I'm struggling to fit it all in the camera, so a lot of this review will probably be off the tripod and, moving the camera around the model. It's got quite a few things to take a look at, and there's quite a few special features, so we'll start off by just taking a closer look at the model itself. So here we are taking a look at the upper body. You can see that he's got a lot of prints, well, 3 prints in the model in total. There's this print here, this mirrored on this side, and then there's also the same print on the jetpack. And then also his eye piece, like his visor thing, if it'll focus. This bit there is a print. That's a sticker, unfortunately. It would have been nice if it was maybe all one piece with a print. That would have been amazing. Stickers down here. A lot of people have already pointed this out, but these are meant to be upside down if you want it to be accurate. However, the set does tell you to put them on like that. After the review, I'm going to swap them back over, but I thought I should show you it as it's intended, at least by the designers. And then he's also got these mirrored pieces here, which are also stickers, from what I remember. It's been a while since I built this. And that is also the same over here. Now, it's got quite a lot of movement. However, to show you all of it, I will need to put the phone back on the tripod. However, I just thought I'd give you one more look up and down, and then turn them around and kind of give you another quick look over. I'm sorry that my camera's having so many issues focusing today. I don't know what's going on with that. However, there you go, and we'll set the camera back up. So, as you have already seen from me setting up just the Optimus build and turning it back around, the stability is one issue with this set. And I say that it's the only issue with the set, other than the lack of knee joints, which the only articulation for the legs is, as you can see, these legs like to fall off a lot, more than my legs. But you can twist the legs, and you can also point the toes. However, the toes is more part of the transformation and less just the design. The legs are on a ratcheted thing. However, you can't really support the leg, and they will fall off all the time. I don't think the legs have stayed on for one articulation session. They always fall off. It's a nightmare. However, they do look good, and once you get it into a nice pose, it does tend to stay. I can give it quite a big wobble. And because of the style of leg, you can spread them out quite a lot and then angle the feet as well. I don't know if you could see the feet angling. However, you can angle the feet. And again, they're falling off. These legs just do not stay on. And that is something that I will keep on saying. But you can angle the feet. They are on ball joints, but you can't twist them or anything just because it's 2 ball joints stuck together. And yeah, he quite often becomes legless. Kind of reminds me of something else towards the top, where it has a tendency for the top to fall off or become disconnected while you're transforming the model. It won't happen until we are transforming it, but I just thought I'd mention it now. And taking a look at it from the front, I really like how these designs are done, and I forgot to mention how awesome these legs look. I never thought having so many tiled pieces next to each other would look so cool, but it does, and I really like the shaping of the legs. As I said, you can twist the legs, you can move the feet, and you can move the legs forwards and backwards, but there's no knee articulation. You can also adjust these side things, but again, that's just part of the transformation. But when we come to the top, there is quite a lot of movement. For example, the hands can move in a couple of different ways. You can move them in and out, and you can move the fingers and the thumb, and you can also rotate the thumb if you really wanted to, although I just kind of knocked it off accidentally. You can get them into a thumbs up pose if you wanted, and you can also angle the head. You can angle it down quite a lot. Probably a little bit too much. You can't really look over his own body, but it's a good effect. And you can also angle the head quite far back, but that again is making use of transformation features where he does transform without removing parts. You can also, again, this is kind of utilizing the entire transformation thing. However, you can move the shoulders back if you wanted, so quite a nice pose. Again, if I can keep him stable, is like this. Again, I'm sorry for all of the focus issues and all of the different struggles that I've had with this. I don't know why I'm struggling. However, you can also move all of the wheels. You can't see the bottom two, but they also do move. Another thing to mention, again, with the legs, is that you can open up the chest cavity and remove the matrix of leadership. You can make Prime hold it. It's not like a very good holding thing. However, it does work. You can make him hold it, and you can, if it takes a while, it does take a while, but you can also make him hold it above his head, you know, kind of like a classic movie styled pose, I guess. However, if we take a closer look on the interior of this small section, you can just see that there's some kind of transparent blue and green pieces there, and there's a better look at his face as well. Now I'm going to set it up so you can see the transformation. No, first I will show you his accessories, which if you remove one of the hands and angle this little pole down, you can attach his Energon axe, which looks very nice. I really like the effect of it. And there's only transparent orange on one side. On the other side it's more of just a basic orange colour. However, it's very easy to remove these pieces and flip it around if you wanted to do like an interior or different angle that you wanted. And he also comes with his Energon gun, Ion Blaster, I can't remember what it's called. And that can, first off, it's attached by studs. The handle doesn't do anything, but it does look quite nice when he's holding it, and it does look to quite a nice scale. And I think the accessories are some of the best bits about the posing for this, because you can get a really nice effect. You can get some really nice poses and stuff, kind of similar to this, where you can like have him holding the Energon Blaster and the axe at the same time, and quite a cool design, I think, for the weapons, and they all look really nice, obviously in his hands and also separately. And yeah, that's all I'm going to really say. There's also this piece of Energon, this like Energon cube, this one individual cube, which isn't really a cube, it's slightly uneven, but it does look really nice. I really like the build of that, and I very much appreciate getting all of these different purple parts. So very much a fan of this. Wasn't necessary inclusion, and the parts could have been used to fill in some gaps that I'll mention when it's transformed. However, it is still fun, and I'm not complaining that it was included. So I keep on forgetting more things. On the back, first off, the back doesn't look the best, normally, just as a standard, and that's because it's meant to be hollow, and this bit's meant to be sticking out for the jetpack, which kind of covers everything back up. And once the jetpack's on, it honestly looks really amazing, so I'd recommend having the jetpack on if you have it transform like this, and you're planning on seeing it from the back, because it does cover up a lot of blockiness. I don't really like the shape of this, the fact that there's so much overhang, but again, it links to the transformation, so I am kind of more forgiving for it. Now let's get into transforming it, and just quickly removing this. So we're going to start off at the bottom, taking a look at the legs, where you can see they've got these two different clips, and you basically just put them together, and that will first off make it so much more stable. The legs aren't as likely to come off. Still not impossible for it to happen, but it is less likely to, you know, occur. And then if we bring it back, you can turn the head around and then put that back, although you can't put it all the way yet. This can honestly be done first or last or any other step, but this is the only piece that you have to take off and remove to, you know, complete the transformation. If you normally that isn't an issue, normally that does stay on, but yeah, you remove this bit and that just kind of folds up out of the way while you rotate this. And the issue that I have is if you take a look in here, if it will focus, is that this top half always comes off. It's not very secure, but that's more of a part issue rather than the build itself. I feel like it's always happened with that kind of thing, just the turntable parts are never as sturdy as normal other regular pieces. But anyway, you've got him in this kind of situation now, where you can angle the back, and you'll see the legs kind of folded back, but that's just gravity, the arms. And then you lay him down. Now, he's kind of already in a truck-ish pose. However, you want to bring the arms round, and you also want to fold the hands up, as you can see, and I'll show you a bit better on the other arm. Now, the thing that I always forget is this little ladder thing. It does fold out, and that does make the transformation a lot easier. However, once we've got that arm set up, it should be a lot easier to show you just what I'm doing. So, taking this hand and folding the fingers in and the thumb up, and then you turn it to the side, and then lower it down, and then that means that you can pull the hand up and just kind of slot it in there. You may need to move the fingers around a little bit, and it does all kind of fit in there quite nicely if I'm not having issues. And then finally, or very close to finally, you lower this like front flap and then push everything flat again. Now this bit came off, and that is again because I forgot to like pop the flap back out. However, that is very easy to put back on, and normally it happens. But you can fold these side things back down. So going to the other side, you can fold these down, and then finally fold the feet down, and you've got him in his truck mode. Now this does look really nice. I really like how the build turned out, especially for the fact that you barely have to remove pieces other than this one sticker, as I had said before. And, you know, you can still open the front if you really wanted to. Don't think it makes much sense, but you can do that if you feel like you need. And it does look like a really good truck. I am really pleased with it. There's not many issues that I have. The front's a little bit wobbly, and that's mainly just because of the style of joints used. But there's no real issue there. Like, once it's transformed, it's probably not going to come apart. And these are another thing that keep on coming off. Is back here. As I said, a lot of stability issues. And one more thing that I forgot to say, with it being transformed, if I can find this, is the blaster. You can fold the handle down and slot it quite nicely in place there, and it looks quite nice. Looks like it's just part of the truck. Doesn't stick out at all, and just kind of adds a bit more of an even ground, I think. However, you may already be able to notice some of the issues that I may have with the gaps here and all on the top here, and especially on the back when looking. You know, you can see his head there. It may not be the best to see, and I know a lot of the issues are solved if you just look at it from the front. You know, look at that. Suddenly there's no gaps other than this small gap, which is on like the model itself in the movie. I just popped a piece off here. Yeah, I feel like as a truck, it does look really nice. I am a fan of how it looks. Generally, just the gaps, I think, are the main issue. And the transformation process is fun, and I don't really have many complaints with how it works and how it transforms. And people have said that it looks blocky, but Optimus is quite a blocky character anyway, so, you know, unless they're going off of movie Optimus, which they're not, I think this is a good representation. Now I'm going to transform him back and set up a small display and give you the final verdict. Here you can see I've set him up in quite a small display, and this is really what this figure is designed for. This set is great for display, especially for photography. I did a photo shoot with Optimus, and it is one of my favourite photo shoots I think I've done. Was it annoying to do? Yeah, it was, because nothing stays put. if you do the slightest movement, the leg will fall off, the arm can easily rotate and fall down, and you know, it is such a big issue, is both the structural stability of this and the posability. And I wouldn't have minded, if the set was slightly more, you know, posable but less durable, or vice versa, where it's more durable but more structurally sound. If this set had more movement, I dread to think of how bad it would have been, because everything would fall apart. Like, if I do the slightest movement now and pick it up, you can already see the arms have dropped, and if I put him back down and, move him along, granted the leg has just come off now, just from moving it sideways, you can see. You can get some interesting poses with the legs. Like, I'm surprised by the amount of poses that you can do despite the lack of movement, but it would have been better if there was either leg movement there, which I don't think would have messed up a transformation feature. Like, that is another thing to consider, is the transformation. But I honestly don't think knee movement would have made an issue for transforming it. There's just... It looks amazing. I really want to love this set. I do love this set. This is my childhood summed up. I couldn't be happier with how it looks. It looks great, but the posing could always be better. It just can. The knees don't move, the legs fall off, and, the arms are the best part of posing, I think. It's got amazing legs, arms for posing, although just the slightest tap and they fall. So it's really not designed for play. It's really not. That is just something that I think people have to accept, is you're not going to be playing with this much. Transforming it is fun. I really enjoy that, and honestly don't have any complaints with that. I forgot to say that it comes with this little plaque here, that you can have a quick read of if you pause the video, just with some details. I like how it turned out, with the little sticker there. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the set. I know I've complained about it a lot, but it's always been the same issue of the legs falling off again. The knees can't move again. Although you can angle the feet won't add support. So he's always left in this kind of forward-leaning thing. I don't know how well you can see it, but he's kind of tilted that way a bit. And you can't really lean him back either, because of either the legs falling off or these parts here, because they kind of stop the legs from moving backwards too much. So you can't angle him back, and you can't, keep the legs on, and there is a lot of things that make this a bad model. I will say it. It's got bad issues with it. But I still love this, and I still want LEGO to do more, and the fact that it transforms is amazing. I love it. I know I've said a lot of bad things about it. I really know I have, but I don't think that they should take away from my love of the set, especially if I am just displaying it. I can display it in some really nice poses. The poses you can get are incredible. I'd say the set is more aimed for adults who want to display and photograph the set. Granted, leg movement would have been amazing, but then again, LEGO figures don't have knee movement, so can I complain too much about the knee movement? I guess I'll take the knee movement off, just because LEGO figures can't do it. But yeah, I definitely think some things could have been changed. Looking at it now, there's just a random Technic hole there. What's that for? Why, LEGO? And you see it's on the other arm too, so I don't know why they've included that. I've only just noticed it, so it clearly isn't that important, but I do think that I'll mention it. Yeah, the price wasn't too bad. I will say that. I think the price for the amount of stuff you get, how heavy it is, the amount of plastic used, especially considering the LEGO price going up, it's not bad. I definitely think it has flaws. I definitely think that it could have been improved, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I love this thing, and I really want Lego to do more collabs with Hasbro and do more Transformers. Doing a Lego Bumblebee would be incredible to see. I just need it to happen. So thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, all of that usual stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.